Alright. I just want to say from the top here that this is not supposed to be, I have tried to record this video like 3 separate times, and I've tried to do it in some kind of a classy way, but that's not gonna happen anymore. Kind of just tired of dealing with it, but I have to have something for this week because I post one of these every single week, and I'm not interested in throwing an entire week away and having the challenges that come with the algorithm, and yeah, anyway. I also want to state explicitly, just in case, that this video is intended for my very small audience that watches this channel specifically. If you don't watch my channel and you're here for some reason, just don't. You know what? Whatever, dude. I really don't care anymore. Last week, in last week's episode, I mentioned that this week we would have a very special episode because that was the plan for this week. This week I was in Nashville, Tennessee. We were supposed to have a very special guest in what was supposed to be a very brief segment of the show. I have debated on, not that it matters. I mean, I have like 4,000 subscribers or something. I'm very well aware of the fact that, like, yeah, whatever, dude. I think I'm gonna choose to not mention the person's name. Yeah, I'm like not trying to start drama. Literally, the point of this video is to tell you that I feel like I can't really upload the original video that I was going to make this week. I don't even have a video. The only thing that I really filmed from this weekend was an interview portion, a segment where there's pizza involved. Pizza's a side theme of the channel, as you all know. It was a pizza review / interview segment of the show where I was interviewing this guest. The guest is someone that I've looked up to for quite a while. I've watched a lot of their stuff, and they're honestly a big part of why this why this channel exists. I just personally did not really feel like the segment was that good after watching a lot of the footage back, and I think that the majority of the reason why is because it seemed right from the get-go that the individual was not really super interested in being a part of that particular moment. There honestly was kind of a bunch of stuff that was said. There were a couple of comments that were made in like a joking way, but after I like really thought about it after the fact, I don't think it seemed like it was more transactional than like an actual agreement to, like, I don't know. It's not worth it to get into the whole thing. To their credit, they did show up. I'm still honestly not exactly sure why. I mean, I drove, it's like 4.5 hours or something to Nashville from here, and then obviously 4.5 hours back, so all that time just feels kind of totally wasted. To be totally honest, a lot of the footage from the interview, watching it back, there's some of it that's like okay and seems fine, but I don't think that it's a good representation of what was likely actually happening, like in terms of why we even sat down to begin with, and that's kind of what I don't like. I really don't know what else to say. I'm not mad about it. I was at first. I certainly overreacted at first, and almost, you know, the original video that I was going to make would have been stupid, and it would have been a drastic overreaction to the situation. But I am still, I don't know what I am, honestly. There's just not a whole lot of sense in caring too much about it because they don't care either. You know, all the driving, yeah, whatever, dude. Like I said, it was just really obvious from the start that they were not really, like, actually all that interested in being a part of my tiny channel, which is fine. That's fair, I guess. You just shouldn't have, you know, agreed to do something and then not mention the other half of like why you agreed to do it, and then, you know. So as usual, after a week of this being up, this is just going to get labeled as another cancellation episode, unfortunately, and then it'll get buried under the surface and no one will ever see or care about this ever again. So I can't wait for that to come. I really hate making these because it feels like kind of a loss. It feels like there's not, I mean, there's no value to this whatsoever. It just serves the, I've said this before, but it really only serves the purpose of like the show must go on, basically. You know, I do have a schedule. There's a lot of YouTubers, whatever, people that make videos that do not follow a specific schedule, and that's something that's kind of strange about my channel, because I do follow a schedule for the most part. I mean, I don't usually miss uploads. Every Wednesday, 7 o'clock, there's usually a video that's posted. Because of that, I'm kind of in a different boat than a lot of other people, because if I don't have anything on this particular date, you know, this deadline, if I have to upload like one of these types of videos, it just, like I said, it just feels like a loss. It feels like I'm letting you down, and that's not a good feeling. Yeah, it's certainly not my fault, but it still just kind of sucks. That's pretty much it. I don't wish the person any ill will or anything. I hope that they find whatever they're looking for, but my perception has definitely changed though over the past couple of days, and that's also, it's just a weird feeling. I guess I just want to say I really do, I've stumbled into all of this. I really don't know how I ended up in this position where I have like a YouTube channel. Yeah, I just want to say, like, I've found something that I actually genuinely do enjoy. I like making these. They feel like they serve some kind of purpose. I'm not exactly sure what purpose these videos do serve all the time, but I think that they're certainly not a net negative. I think that there's some value to these, but then I've already said this, but when I have to make one that literally does not really serve any purpose at all, it just kind of bothers me a little bit. So that's pretty much it. Slight bump in the road, we'll get through it. We always do, ladies and gentlemen. We have up to this point. I'm not dead yet. We haven't died yet, somehow. Kind of wild that there's not been something that's gone wrong. Anyway, that's pretty much it, dude. What else do you want from me? Somebody keeps commenting that that's their favorite line. I don't know why that's your favorite line, but genuinely, what else do you want from me? Thank you all very much for the support. I genuinely appreciate it. Those of you that like really are here and continue to watch the show every week, I really appreciate it. By the way, shameless plug, join the membership, ladies and gentlemen. It's literally 99 cents a month if you watch the channel. If you don't watch the channel on like a regular basis, don't. Please, for the love of God. If you do and you're like actually here, join the membership. There's like a post in the community thing about it. You can read it if you want. Otherwise, yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, subscribe, whatever, dude. I will see you next week with and I do mean it this time, a very special episode, ladies and gentlemen. It is the most special episode that we have had on the channel up to this point next week, so don't miss it. Yeah, that's about it. What else do you want from me? Have a great week. Stay safe. We'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen.